Tanya. Veronica and Gabrielle, the mic is all yours.
Thank you, Lynn. Good afternoon, everyone. I always love when I come on, and I'm picking up of the last bit of who's been before me, and I'm hearing words that triggers within me to share on some of the same ideas that are being expressed. So one of the things we're also going to share on today is on miracles. You know, the Course teaches us that my eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet, all of me have but one purpose: to use, to bless the world with miracles. A Course in Miracles is the essence of Christianity with the wisdom of the East. And it really is, it's a modern day message from God to mankind. Use it and see how it begins working for you instead of against you. Let it lead you step by step through the evolving process. Every problem, and a problem is a hurt, it's a vexation, it's a wrong. Every problem we have today, from stress and difficulties in our relationships to the devastation we are causing and have caused to our environment, is due to lack of understanding of what we are. All that we've done to ourselves, each other, and the planet is due to our separation from the light force, God. Lack of awareness of what we are. So every problem, properly perceived, is an opportunity to remember what you are. You are love. Do not lose those chances, not because they will not return, but because delay of joy is needless. Why would you want to? Delay is senseless. So today we'll share on miracles, love, humility. Humility. And trust. And trust. We have to trust. Without trust, you cannot be generous. You're given away in order to keep. We have to allow for our trust to be firmly established. And trust means a willingness to let go of the fears that are stifling us. We are hungry. We're hungering and thirsting after righteousness. And your deepest desire and longing is to live, not survive, live according to the law. And love is the law. Seek ye first, and all else will be added. I am the vine, the divine vine, and ye are the branches. And a branch has no life unless it's rooted in the vine. From one vine springs many branches. the branches are cut off, separated from the vine. So there's no nourishment. And without nourishment, there's no life force. There are those who know, and to know is to be certain. There are those who know and are silent because they're holding the vibration, they're holding the frequency for all. And then there are those who think they know and talk about it without really knowing it. To know is to be certain. And certainty comes from within. And then there are those who are completely asleep and don't know. They're clueless. And your mind must be made pure if you are to know. A pure mind knows itself. And that's your strength, your faith, your trust. And when we live in love, you will know love. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they're doing. It has nothing to do with the form of error. It's an appeal to love, to heal the mind. The mind is the cause of all the suffering in the world, and all the suffering it contains, and all the suffering we cause ourselves. Release. Release yourself from the bondage of illusions. Release the self-inflicted mental torment. Do not deprive yourself of what is rightfully yours. Love. And as we move through this process, we must have such a sense of patience. You're loving you. You're remembering you. You're remembering what you are. To remember is to restore to your memory what is already there. The knowledge is already there within us. You're devoted. Devotion is the constant reminder that love is the doer. I can do all things through Christ, who strengthens me. You're strengthening the selfless will. Love is selfless. All fears are selfish. And you're not giving up in the face of adversity. And as we stay committed and devoted in your practice, you're being molded in the exact replica of wholeness, holiness, beauty, perfection. The false self is dying. And you're being strengthened from within. I can do all things through Christ, who strengthens me. By not giving up in the face of adversity. And then you will know your calling, and you will find your niche, so to speak. You're patient. Patience is the supreme spiritual discipline. You want your eye to be single unto the light. And your whole body filled with light. You're choosing not to allow meaningless thoughts to occupy your mind. You're repeating your mantra, filling your mind with a higher image, because you're willing to stop useless pursuits. You're removing the veil of darkness. Let the light cast out the darkness. And the darkness comprehended it not. Where was the darkness? In your mind. Where is it now? Gone. Where is the light? Where the darkness was. The idea of a false self, a false image, that we work so diligently to uphold, keeps us cut off from the vine. Creation is for all who cannot see. And most of us are not seeing clearly. Do not deceive yourself into believing that you can relate to anyone with anything external. You want to relate only to what does not change. Love does not change. We have distorted our perception of love. And so we see ourselves less than we truly are. We see ourselves as lacking. And fear inhibits us from moving forward. Do not retard your progress. You're not alone. One who knows is with you. To twist reality in any way is to perceive destructively. And whenever we are afraid, we are deceived. And deception makes us fearful. And this is why the meek shall inherit the earth. Because they're truly seeing, their perception is truer. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. You never see what does not exist, and always see what does. And you are content. And on being content, remember the words of Jesus to the woman at the well, when he was thirsty and wanted a drink of water. And he says, whoever drinks of this water shall thirst, but whoever drinks of the water that I shall give will never thirst. You want to drink of the waters of peace. And peace is of a different reality. You are reality. And the reality of life is, God is all there is. You want your life to be like that of the dove carrying the olive branch as a symbol of peace, ready to give it to anyone who is open to receive it. Well, in order to be the recipient of the branch, your mind must be as pure as the dove's. We will identify with what we think is refuge and security. And every thought system must have a starting point. And it simply begins with either a making or a creating. Love creates, the ego makes. We need to see ourselves where we perceive our strength. And we all have an inner security that cannot be broken, lost, or taken away, cannot be shaken. But we seem to have partial love for everything. And love is whole. And its wholeness lies in oneness. Forgive us our illusions and help us to accept our true identity, in which there are no illusions and where none can ever enter. Each moment is now. And the succession of moments creates the sense of time. And the mind is a series of thought moments. There's no past or future. There is only now. Our part is simply to accept, acknowledge, declare your oneness, and be free. And as the Course teaches us, follow in gladness the way to certainty. The quiet way is open. We're not being asked to do what lies beyond our understanding. All we're being asked to do is to let the light in. Truth is simple, but simplicity is difficult for twisted minds. Cultivate the joy of ecstasy, and your life will be filled with blazing light. There's someone with you who knows all the facts, past, present, and to come. The essence of what we are, love, is standing by with arms outstretched to turn all of our heaviness into joy. And the Course is teaching us, Lesson 268, let all things be exactly as they are. Let me not be your critic, Lord, and judge against you. What can frighten me when I let all things be exactly as they are? You're reshaping your life. You're training your mind because it's been untrained. You're training your mind to be like a lamp where the flame does not flicker. And you're choosing It's a matter of choice. Every second we're making a choice. You want to rest receptively in the loving arms of the source that gave you life. And be open to receive the messages. There is a message waiting for you. Be confident you will receive it. But we have to learn to listen. And listen with your heart. And we have to simplify our lives and make do with less. And in the lessness is the richness. We must simplify in order to know your true self. You are strengthening your capacities to love. You're building up endurance with fixed determination within. You're entering very deeply into your mind. And you're keeping it clear of any thoughts that might distract you, divert your attention. And allowing nothing to keep you away from what you already have and are. Do not allow thoughts of misery to obscure your perfect joy. And whatever you do, whatever form it may take, with all that you do it because of what you are. And you're learning to face challenges. They're necessary for growth. Without inner turmoil, life is always presenting us with a vast array of challenges in order to grow and to strengthen the selfless will. And the challenges are reminding us to look within. And for heaven's sake, do not be interested in pleasing people. Your only aim is to please God. Your deepest desire is only to live in your natural state, your natural environment. And as long as we remain selfishly attached, our spiritual evolution stands still, or we make very little progress. All of the universe is mind energy. And energy is neither created nor is it destroyed. It simply is. So do not allow the illusions around you to distract you or confuse you. They're there really to strengthen you. Thank them for their lessons and move on, where the light will set you free. You're growing with the vibration of love. The function of the Christ consciousness within us is to heal the sick, raise the dead, open the eyes of the blind, and illumine human consciousness. You want to allow your light to shine with the ointment of understanding. Understanding. You're standing under the canopy of love, light, and wisdom. Love is your ticket. Soak yourself in love and be free. And taste the joy of simple living. Your true self knows where you belong. Do not deny your holy heritage. Leave what seems to be impossible to one who knows. Your part is simply not to interfere. Love, light, and life must go together. Your decision is simply to side with truth. And you can only have a universal relationship with yourself, which can only be discovered by looking inward. Our beliefs in darkness and we're hiding behind a cloak of deceptions, is why the light cannot enter. Darkness and turmoil is not God's will for us. We have to let go of what we've made. And the more you release, the lighter you become. You're claiming your forgotten power. A rebalancing is taking place within you. You're releasing attachments to the old paradigm. Remain detached. Detachment is not weakness. It's inner strength. You want your life to be like that of the dove carrying the olive branch as a symbol of peace, ready to give it to anyone who is receptive to receive it. And in order to be the recipient of the branch, your mind must be as pure as the dove's. And this means no impure thoughts are polluting your mind. Purity of mind. So we have to free our mind and open your eyes so we can see with eyes of love. And until we know what love is, why do we even pretend to talk about it? Why even say I love you? Say I like you. Love is not divided. A divided mind cannot know love. What is love? That what does not change. It does not alter with a person or a circumstance. It is not a business contract. Excuse me. Nor a trade agreement. It has no distinctions, no levels, no divergencies, no degrees. It has no separate parts. It's whole. So its meaning lies in oneness. I am you and you are me. We are the same in content, only the form is different. And this is why if you can love something today and hate it tomorrow, it was never love. Love is not love if it turns to hate. So in order to know love, you have to be love. And only love can free us from our attachments. And love can only be awakened by love. And you cannot wake yourself, because you're too confused about yourself. The activation is within the heart of love. So our self-made beliefs are what keeps us in bondage and deception. And deception makes us fearful, because we realize in our heart that it is deception. And so we exert enormous effort, energy, in holding on to what we've made. All fear is lack of love. So we have a simple choice. We can choose loveless channels of expression, which is nothing at all. We can wait, delay, and paralyze ourselves. We can even reduce our creativity. dismiss what we're hearing, as most of us do. But you cannot change what is eternal. You cannot change what is unchangeable, changeless, unchanging. So all that you've made has to be uprooted. All shallow roots must be uprooted, because nothing can grow in shallow soil. The roots are not deep enough to sustain us. And the illusion that shallow roots can be deepened is a distortion in the mind. So we have to release the false underpinnings, because they're unstable. And the Course teaches us, and nothing is less stable than our upside down perception, or upside down orientation. So we have to identify with love in order to be released of the confusion we cause ourselves, in order to be led out of the chaos and the confusion that we've made, and starving ourselves of our daily bread of truth. Be willing to escape from the prison that you have made, so you can experience what you are. The bliss, the joy, and satisfaction that comes from knowing your true self, that comes from our union with the source that gave us life. So whenever we feel lonely, afraid, dissatisfied, disconnected, disgusted, burnt out, drained, remember, the source that gave you life will comfort you. You cannot, because you don't know how. We do not know, because if we did, we would not be disheartened. We would not be feeling sad, lonely, depressed, deprived. We have to trust in the creative action of life. And the way is not hard. It's just very different. You're simply allowing love's direction to give you peace. As the Course teaches us, it has taken time to misguide you. It takes no time to be what you are. You are life. And there's one life. And that we share with all of creation. And life is now. So you want to see life as a divine dance where everyone has a role to play. Can we just take a moment to be still and recognize the fact that you are a holy thought in the mind of God? Not because someone told you so or you read it in a book. Because you know, without love, life is empty. The Course is teaching us you have spent long days and nights in celebrating death. It's now the moment for you to experience and feel the joy of life. Float like a balloon with ease, grace, and effortlessness. The lightness you will feel is the result of rising. You're raising your vibration, of rising to a higher frequency. You're celebrating the miracle that you are. You are the miracle. Ask for miracles. They're universal blessings. As you open your heart and discover the miracle of love that is you, your true self. So what does it mean when we say that was a miracle? It means you had a sudden shift from fear to love, from the visible to the invisible. You chose love instead of fear, which means you transcended body identification to spirit identification. You had a shift in perception. And this is why miracles heal. They're universal blessings. And every moment, every second, gives us an opportunity to experience miracles. Our part is simply not to lose those chances, not because they will not return. Delay is senseless, it's needless. Miracles are your birthright. Do not allow the separated self, the part of your mind that is in isolation. Do not allow yourself to be deceived by the belief that the dream you made is real. You are seeking your present joy. A miracle is a correction. It does not create. Nor does it really change at all. It looks on devastation and reminds the mind that what it sees is false. It's undoing the error. It undoes the error, but does not attempt to go beyond perception. As the Course teaches us, no exceed the function of forgiveness. It stays within. It stays within time's limits. And yet it's paving the way for the return of timelessness and love's awakening. For fear has to slip away under the gentle remedy it brings. And the miracle of life is, love is all there is. A miracle contains the gift of grace, because it is given and received as one. As I give, I receive. The miracle corrects our perception, which was upside down. And as the Course says, and it ends the strange distortions that were manifest. And forgiveness is the home of miracles. And the miracle is taken first in faith. Because you asked for it. And because you've asked for it means the mind is ready to conceive of what it cannot see and does not understand. And miracles fall like drops of healing rain from heaven. On a dry and dusty world where starved and thirsty creatures come to die. Now they have water. Now the world is green. And everywhere the signs of life spring up to show that what is born can never die. And for what has life has immortality. And miracles wait for us in light as we lift our eyes and be willing to see differently so we can experience miracles. And when we choose miracles, you're rejecting fear. And miracles are when we say to God, Father, Mother, Creator, whatever name we want to use, the light source, I am available. Use me. How I will be used is immaterial. I'm available. Do with me as you see fit. You're simply choosing to walk in love, to walk in beauty, so you can experience miracles, so you can feel the richness and the fullness of eternal life. And your face reflects the love, the miracle of joy that's in your heart. We do not understand miracles, yet they have been done through us. So there must be something else that does no miracles. Ask to experience miracles as you walk in trust. Trust is a willingness to let go of the fears that are stifling you. And know that one who knows is with you. There's no need to feel incomplete and deprived, bitterly deprived. Beyond the sun and stars is an arc of golden light, filled with miracles. Are we willing to claim our forgotten power and remain open to a mystical revelation? Be open to the miracle of love. The power of love engenders miracles. Means you're bringing it forth, you're bringing it into existence. As you allow your spiritual life to evolve. To evolve is to develop, to grow, to undergo change. Allowing your life to evolve into a more grand and glorious light. Feeling the fullness and richness of the eternal now. The miracle of life. And there is only one life, and that we share with all of creation. There is a silence into which the world cannot intrude. Are we willing to see differently? Are you willing to see your divine self and be free? Are we willing to step gently aside and let miracles be done for us as we accept our birthright or joy? So the season is now. Love is always present to celebrate the miracle of life. Your life is a gift to the world. We all came in encoded. We have gifts to share. Do not deny what has been given to you. Release what you have made and feel the presence of miracles within you. And what you ask for cannot be denied. Ask for what is already yours, what is rightfully yours, what belongs to you. So we have to wake up from the sleep of forgetfulness so you can experience the miracle of love that you are. There's no need for us to let illusions direct the way. There's no need for us to stumble and fall. And when we're willing to hide nothing, you will experience miracles. Every fear or pain or trial you have can be dissolved by the miracle of love. And the energy of love, the energy of trust belongs to us. Pray. Prayer is an allowing your true self, your true selfless self, to carry you. You're open to receive, to accept. Come with an open mind, open heart, and empty hands. Prayer is open-mindedness, where the world is restored to you in newness. Everything looks new, bright, clear, fresh, and alive, sparkling with radiance. You're raised in your consciousness so you can experience miracles into light and truth. where you will be set free from the bondage of illusions. Where there's no strain or struggle. You're looking within, where you're receiving direction, guidance, and encouragement, and experiencing miracles. And the more we look within, the less you're affected by external conditions. Prayer is communion with your true self. It's a way of overcoming limitations. You're simply asking for what is rightfully yours. And you're remaining open to receive divine inspiration. And inspiration literally means breathing in, to be inspired. And to be inspired is to be in the Spirit, to be in the now. So when you ask for something, whatever it may be, when praying for something in particular, money, a home, employment, whatever it is, know that there's no lack in the universe. If you feel any sense of lack, you have to heal that sense of lack by correcting the thought of lack. I know, I feel, I have, I accept. I'm allowing myself to experience miracles. So there has to be a clearing from your system, so the frequency of your vibration can be increased. You're allowing the power of love to strengthen you. You're making corrections. And the correction can only take place where the error was made, in the mind. We're all here exploring opportunities to attain the wisdom and knowledge of what we have forgotten. To remember what we are. And so when we come together like this, all that we're doing when coming together is that God, love, I am, the I am, is holding the higher frequency for you to undo in order to remember. And to remember is to restore to your memory what is already there. You are letting go of the past, which is a memory trace in the mind. You're being lifted up in vibrational frequency. You're allowing the past to slip away. And in its place, you're experiencing miracles and everlasting quiet. And quietness is your strength. And if we remain uncertain, it's only because we have not given complete release. Never doubt. Trust. Love is a fruit in season at all times. Pick the fruit of love. We go together, you and I. We have to release ourselves. Excuse me. We have to release ourselves from all the meaningless that keeps us looking outside of ourselves. Release ourselves from all the vain endeavors so you can know the truth of what you are. You want to enter into the silence. Wait in silence. And see how far you rise above the world, released from chains. Only love can melt away the illusion of fear. And love which brought you here will not forsake you, will never abandon you, will never leave you. Love is your infinite inheritance. And you can receive at any time. Time was given to us to undo, to see, and to remember. We must be willing to release our attachments. Loosen all those knots that are strangling us, our fears. And polish the mirror of your mind daily. Still the intellect. Be host to God and not hostage to the ego. We live, not by the breath that flows in and flows out, but by the light force who causes the breath to flow in and flow out. I am the breath of life. And there's only one life. Recognize your safety. Every minute, every second gives you an opportunity to remember what you are. Do not lose those chances, not because they will not return, but because delay of joy is needless. You want to see your divine self and be free. Free from the self-inflicted mental torment we cause ourselves. Do not allow your mind to be deceived by the belief that the dream you made is real. You want to transcend body identification to spirit identification. That is why miracles heal. You seek in your present joy, and you're looking on nothing else. You're choosing not to lose sight of your companion. And you're asking for miracles because they're universal blessings. And your heart is open and you're rediscovering the miracle of love that is you. Because you had a shift. You're shifting. And miracles wait for you. So we have to wake up from the sleep. Get up, wake up from the sleep of forgetfulness. Choose miracles and reject fear. Your passage through time is temporary, but your ultimate destination is God. You are here to experience the superior joys of life. Dive in the ocean of God's beauty. You are being endowed with life, understanding, miracles, and love. You're allowing the nectar of life to pour through you. How foolish to judge. What could be seen? You can be shown which doors are open, and follow the miracle of life.